Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Hex Update Saturday for April 11th, 2015. And what has happened the past week is we got just a small little update, and they call it smooth. And what do they mean by that is they're just talking about how they've nearly crushed 500 bugs. They've squished them out there, and they want to just say, hi Hexers, we have a short and sweet update this week. Since Frost Ring Arena release, our engineering team and QA teams have fixed nearly 500 game bugs. These bugs range from resolution display fixes to chat enhancements to grave nibbler buffing. They just want to send out a huge thanks to everybody who has submitted bugs and helped them test throughout that particular process there. They say overall the Hex teams are working on the next big feature patch and some future content like dungeons. In parallel with that, art is wrapping up for Armies of Myth cards, and we're preparing to book another run of PvE dungeon art. So they say if you notice the lack of breaking news lately, it's because things have been going pretty well there, and there just hasn't been a lot to actually report. So things are great. Isn't an attention-grabbing headline, but sure, it's nice. And they also want to say that they've been reaching out to some TCG players who haven't experienced the Hex digital revolution yet. So they say you're going to be seeing a lot of new faces around the game. So they say please extend the warmest welcome and show them what we already know, that we have the most friendly, mature gaming community out there. And I would probably have to agree with that, that we have a really good community, you know, compared to some other games where the community can be kind of volatile if you're not within like a certain team or, you know, on a team of some sort or whatever. But so yeah, we have a really great community, and hopefully we can welcome those new players with open arms and teach them a thing or two so they don't fall too far behind. Another thing here I thought I found quite, I don't want to say disturbing, but kind of irritating, is when they did the Feast of Abundance, and you got to be able to get the alternate art Conky Bunny. It says, we first launched the Feast of Abundance event. There was a short time when players were able to exploit the head-to-head tournament queue in order to win multiple cards without actually playing a match. Players would take turns conceding to each other in order to gain these cards. We quickly fixed the exploit, identified those accounts, removed those illegitimately gained AA cards, or proceeds they earned from those cards, and banned those accounts a period of time. In Hex, we want your collection to have value. We're dedicated to protecting the integrity of that system and the value of your cards. So, yeah, I can see where, you know, people would probably do that, say, hey, we can just do this to get all these alternate art cards and don't really have to do anything, and it doesn't even going to cost us money. So I'm glad that they identified that bug, and I'm glad they have identified the accounts. Hopefully they got them all. You know, we'll see. But that's good, and it's kind of a bummer that people will do that. But you know, if there's something to be exploited, people are going to find it, and they will exploit it. So I wonder how long they got banned for them. I'm just, you know, it just says for a period of time. I don't know. So that's good though that they've got that fixed there and everything like that. So an update here from 5 Shards. This weekend, 5 Shards is running the Wild Cup with the team format. So grab some friends and read all about their tournament at their particular website. If you're unfamiliar about Threshold's podcast, I've listened to these guys basically since the beginning. I don't catch every episode, but they do a podcast every week. I think there's four or five guys that do it, and they're not always all on the show at the same time. And one of the guys is actually from the state I'm in, except he's on the other side of the state. So that's pretty cool. And I think one's from Texas. I don't know. If you haven't listened to him before, check him out. It's Threshold Podcast. I'll put a link in the description down below for that, so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. And we also got a message from Corey. It says, hello, hope everyone is enjoying the Frost Ring Arena. It's probably not surprising that we have a lot of folks running Kickstarter campaigns reach out to us to help awareness, and as much as we love Kickstarters, we try to make sure anything we recommend is vetted. We don't want to vouch for a project, then have it not meet its commitment. So generally, we only mention projects by people who we know and trust. But sometimes we see projects that are just plain cool, and we want to help get the word out there. But we really don't know the people behind it. So in the spirit of full disclosure, we have literally zero idea of who these people are, but this project seems pretty neat. And the project they're talking about is GameFindr. Let me bring that up here. Let's see here. Where is that? What can I do here? Let's go ahead and just add a screen region. Let's do this here. GameFindr is actually an application that I heard about from a YouTube personality I watch, Boogie2988. And this is basically, it's a free app that locates players for TCG and tabletop games in your area. So that's basically all I know about it, and that he supported it, you know, and he was all about it, and it seems pretty cool if you are if you like face-to-face games, tabletop games. I don't know if you have a local game store where you guys can play tabletop games or some other card games, you know. So it looks, you know, very legitimate and something that would be kind of neat there. Looks like they already have 490 backers, $22,986 pledged of a $24,000 goal, and they still have 7 days left. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to meet their goal. Don't know who Jeremy Hambley is, but you know, like I said, it's a pretty neat app. So I think that would be something, you know, a person could back for, you know, little money, you know, $5-10 maybe. So if you're into that, you know, trying to find local people around you, you know, it'd be something to look for. So yeah, other than that, that's about all we have for this week. I didn't have this screen up here, I apologize, but again, it's just me reading. So, and I always link them in the description so you guys can go check it out and whatnot. So, yeah, that's the news for this week. Let's go ahead and crack a pack and see what kind of cards we're gonna get this week. Now, remember last week we got a legendary. We're probably not gonna get a legendary this week, but you never know. Back to back isn't unheard of. So let's go and open this up. And okay, just a rare. Well, I shouldn't say just a rare. Some of the rares are pretty darn good. So let's go and start with the commons as usual. We got Ambling Bluff, Evacuation Hulk, Dragon Guard Stalwart, and Blossoming Concubunny, Sly Huntress, Sterling Starwatcher, Mazet Spearman, Shield Bot, To the Skies, Overtime Bot, and Augmented Awakening to round out the commons. And the uncommons are Exalted Victory, Shard of Life, and Hex Geode. And for our rare, we are going to get Darkspire Tyrant, 5 cost, 3 threshold blood troop orc rogue. He's a 6/3. It says when this dies, choose one at random, draw a card for each troop in your graveyard with Darkspire in its name, or deal 2 damage to each opposing champion for each troop in your graveyard with Darkspire in its name. Not a bad card there. Is it constructed? You know, maybe you could build a deck around that, but I see this would probably be more of maybe like a sealed card. You know, it all depends on how you build your deck. But I mean, obviously you could put this in a constructed deck and use it, but with the keyword random there, it's probably not going to be consistent enough to be in a constructed deck. So it would probably be, you know, sealed would be its better suited option for a deck there. So that's the pack this week, and we get, oh look at that, we got a rare chest. That's nice. Roll that dude for 30,000. We'll do that a little bit later. So yeah, let me know what your top 5 picks are for this week. If you want to let me know something else other than your top 5 picks, be sure to leave a comment down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And of course, as always, if you want to see more of these, you got to click subscribe down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.